Shalom, shalom, mishpachah. Trying to get on here really brief. I wanted to talk about the fundamental, essential aspect of giving and the cycle of giving. Unfortunately, I believe because many of us who grew up in, Christianity or became so hurt by the fact that they felt used by giving the tithes to the church. And the church really never doing anything to take care of the people like that, but using it to for the pastors and things to profit and to elevate. Now that people come to the truth, they don't really have a true desire to support and help Yah's people, and even the ministries that are feeding them. And that is error. I really have to talk about this because it's not just about taking. If you are just taking from something that you're profiting off of, you're now stopping the cycle of the law of giving and the law of flourishing. Yah does everything in cycles. So it's important to give and to receive, but it's better to give. And when you are just taking and never giving to the ministries or the people who are pouring to you, now you're going to create a stumbling block for your own prospering. And this could be prospering spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and financially too, but physically. And it brings me to the rich young man who came to the Messiah and said, I've kept all the commandments, and I've done this and I've done that. I honor my mother and father since my youth. And then Messiah's like, okay, so sell everything you got and follow me. And what did that young man do? He walked away sorrowfully. Material things aren't our security. YAHUSHA has to be. He is our salvation. And when we work together, if the mishpachah pouring into you, ministry pouring into you, pour back into that ministry. Some people, and it's debatable if you believe in tithes or not. I do. And it's not, people say, oh, well, the Levitical priesthood is not standing, and then it was sacrificed to animals. Yes. But you can go previously before that into the order of Melchizedek. And I always knew that even before. It's like, it's the law, the order of Melchizedek. When Abraham went and got all of that, the spoils, he gave a tenth to Melchizedek. And that lets you know that that's an important thing. Our ancestors knew you didn't just take, like if the prophet came to you, you had to find something. Let me find an offering or something to give the prophet. We have lost that. We don't honor our prophets. We don't honor the people of Yah that are ministering to us. We just take from them. And because of that, that's why you're not really flourishing in the way that you're supposed to. And a lot of people are in need because they aren't applying these biblical principles. You have to give to receive. And whether it's, sometimes it's giving yourself to Yah, to receive healing from Yah. Whether you have to do something. And I also want to go to Elijah, which many know as Elijah. So when he went to the woman's house, it was her and her son. And she's like, I only have enough to make a cup of cakes for me and my son. We're going to die after that. And the prophet said, well, give me some first. That's faith. That's tithe. Put Yah first. He was a man of Yah. Give to that man of Yah first. People rush to pay bills, rush to looking at the circumstance, not trusting in Yah. It's an act of amunah. And then tithes is giving, to me, I look at tithes, yes, it's given to ministries, but in the condition, and if you read some other books, it makes it clear, it could also be given to the poor. It could also be given to the fatherless, the widows. It's helping those that Yah puts on you through the Ruach HaKodesh to give. Because when you pour into those people, it's going to start that cycle. Yet you can't outgive the Most High, but you have to do it with a cheerful heart. And because that woman obeyed and gave to Prophet Eliyahu, she was sustained during that whole famine. She never ran out. And we have to see, we are getting to those times. We need Yah to sustain us. It's not the time to be where you don't give. It's the time to trust Yah and be obedient to his voice. If he tells you to give, give. Don't get always so caught up in your own circumstances that you don't be obedient to Yah's laws. Even the wicked know this. That is why they prosper. If you read any type of financial books, they'll tell you give 10% to like a nonprofit industry or an assembly or a church, and then they'll tell you to give 10% to yourself. And so it's the flow. It's the flow. You can't stop the flow. If you're going through financial, like you're financially bound, start giving. Pray to Yah. Give a minimum of 10% to Yah, whether it's to ministries, whether it's to helping somebody. Whatever you get, give. And then pay your bills. Then trust Yah for everything else. And even if it's substance, you don't have money, but you can go help feed the poor. Feed the poor. You don't have money, but you can do an act of service. You don't have money, but you can dedicate your time. These are your giving. Give what you have. A lot of people just asking, and then they're not giving. A lot of people want support, but they're not supporting. If you want support, support others. You want to prosper, prosper others. There's no lack, but we lack ourselves with a scarcity and a lack mindset. We have to get out of that mishpachah through the years, many in captivity, many in slavery. We have developed such a selfish and scarcity mindset that hinders the flow of Yahuah in our lives. So I just wanted to put that out there because it's so essential to give, to receive. But we don't want to do it just to receive, but just to know the principle of giving and being a cheerful giver. And I have, I think, 2 videos. One is it's better to give than to receive. And the other one, and it's just all scriptures. And then the other one is, I forgot what it's called, but I shared it on my Facebook today. And it's like 20 minutes of, breaking the chains of poverty. So 20 minutes of Torah, how our ancestors who were very prosperous were giving and operating in those times. We have to get those mindsets back in us because that is how we will break the chains when we operate in these fundamental principles. So I love y'all. Much shalom, much yahavah.